This is the Blueberry, and you're listening to Nissan Nation Podcast at goneMOAB 2015.
Recorded live, coast to coast, it's the Nissan Nation Podcast. From camping, racing, and all points in between. The NNP is your Nissan Nation Podcast. Now start your engines and welcome in the hosts, David and Danny.
What is going on, Nissan Nation? My name is David Boyd, and I'd like to say alongside my co-host, Mr. Daniel Groders, but Dan is on his way back to Cali right now. So, good luck there, Dan. Hopefully you have some safe trips. I'm going to do a little recap show here. Maybe my wife Kelly will pop in as well. We had a great time at this goneMOAB 2015, and like every Moab, there's a list of characters that's going to pop in and out. And this was no exception. This was a Thursday night podcast after, I guess it was probably about 10:30 or so when we actually got started this. So people were a little juiced up, a little alcoholed up. So if you got any children, you may not want them to listen to this one, because this honestly is a show that if you were sitting around a campfire or at the condos, this is just a bunch of guys that are BSing, and that's kind of how it comes off. So first off, we got a Mr. Sean McAfee, hashtag Schmog style, because he invented it, Dan. We're going to just I basically hit record and said, here's the show, and Sean is a very outspoken guy, and he's going to take control, and we just let him have fun. And I think him and Dan get poking around here a little bit, and then Joey Parent and a few others stop by. So I'm just going to do a in and out a couple times and kind of introduce what's coming up and have some fun. Be sure to listen for that skull, because the skull did influence this show. So here we go, goneMOAB 2015.
We're live and somewhat drunk at goneMOAB 2015. What is up, everybody? Woo!
Hello.
All right.
Nobody's listening already.
So Dan,
perfect podcast for us.
How is goneMOAB going for you, buddy?
You know what? There has been some unexpected excitement. I've grown closer to the Blueberry than I thought I was going to, which is actually a good thing.
Well, rumor has it you spent some nights with him. So what's going on there?
Just one, and it was a really nice hetero night.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to describe what led up to this?
So much led up to it.
We don't need to know what led up to it. Let's just talk about what happened.
Well, I think we should talk about. Well, first off, I'm getting a massage by the infamous CarJeep. If you're not in Moab right now, there is so much big deal Nissan truck status going on. CarJeep, can I just get a word real quick from you about how your Moab's going? In 3 words, I want to know, CarJeep, how is Moab for you? Maybe 4 words.
It's better than 2013. That's all I have to say.
That's not you. Let's try it. Let's try this again.
Ask him what kind of
CarJeep
XTERRA
almost.
has.
Oh yeah, what kind of XTERRA do you have?
It has a bed in the back, and it's a Frontier.
Yeah.
Frontier XTERRA for gathering of Nissan XTERRAs.
Of course.
Pandemonium here tonight.
And let's just say you were going to drive your Frontier XTERRA up I don't know, an extreme trail. What kind of animal would you portray yourself in the car seat as CarJeep?
A lion.
That's the answer we were looking for. That's what I thought you were going to say.
So Dan is fired up tonight.
I listened to 4 of these podcasts on the way up here, and I've never seen Groders lose his shit like he's doing right now.
Well, there was one he was pretty drunk on, so it was pretty interesting. Him and
That was the one I forgot to be. Yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show to do, but I don't know if it was. Exciting.
So Dan, who do we have around here tonight?
We have a lot of big deals. We have the Blueberry. We have Stephen Lutz. We have Malcolm. I am the nicest dude from Canada ever. Les and Katie, I'm going to say that they showed up, but they're not going to get an honorable mention, which I just retract right now, because they're not honorable mentions because they're not even real.
So a mention.
No, they're getting
an honorable one.
They're getting unhonorable mentions because they just
dishonorable
ghosted in like everything was cool. Like, hey guys, remember us? I'm forgetting them. Do you?
Who?
What?
Who?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So
Wait,
yeah, exactly.
I just remembered something.
You got a couple of pretty cool XTERRAs though.
Oh, they got a Frontier XTERRA, and then they got an I sold it at XTERRA. Oh, sick! That was a sick one. I heard about that one. You know what? I bet you if they went over to Chris Haynes USA's condo, nobody would know about it because they'd be like, Chris Haynes, who? Less kidding. Who? What? Who? What are we talking about right now? I don't know. We got to get back on track though.
We do, man.
We
do.
got Steven. We got Steven Lutz from Rugged Rocks. We have Carl Suiting's Navy, one of the sweetest Frontiers because it's gone goneMOAB XTERRA-Frontier world now.
All right.
I'm rambling. Sorry.
As our listeners can tell, this is pretty interesting. Dan is fired up. What are you drinking there, Dan?
Someone gave me a pretty solid lager.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure where I got it or
It's doing the trick.
It's doing good. It's MOAB Brewery. Says Kelly's going to go ahead and just keep me on track over here on the right-hand side. So if I get off track, Kelly will just look at me sternly and whisper sweet corrections in my ear.
Well, that's right. That's right. So as you can tell, it's been an interesting night for Dan. You had your dinner tonight that you were doing?
I did have. I actually, to tell
It's
you the
been
truth,
renamed.
it has been renamed.
I'm just saying.
Sean, please tell us the renaming of.
Well, it used to be, I don't even know what it used to be because it was really not interesting at all. But now it's the Look Up My Kilt Cookout.
Look up my
Hosted by Ron Apreece.
That sounds nutty.
And it's very well attended.
There is a
from what
lot
I
of meat on the
understand.
barbecue in that cookout too.
Sounds like a hairy
Bring your
event.
own meat to the Look Up Your Kilt cookout.
Standing room only.
All right. Edit time.
It was a good cookout.
Cold, David, cold.
Anyways, we got Mr. CarJeep over here. Let's talk to
CarJeep. We're gonna give you a second chance at this one. CarJeep, I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Now, if you were going to be any kind of animal, Panda, what kind of animal would you be in a Frontier XTERRA?
A lion.
Of course.
Hear
Okay.
my roar.
Yeah.
Lion.
Let's hear a roar.
No, obviously
That-
you would be an XTERRA lion.
That's right.
It was an XTERRA line. Gone.
So
gone
you'd be a
XTERRA.
discontinued lion, is what you're saying.
The Frontier line's still going.
No, bro, it's dead. It's gone.
All right,
It's gone.
Listen,
Let's get
I want
serious
you
for a
to. I
second.
want you guys to know. Yeah, seriously.
Can
though,
we talk about Sentras, please?
The SR.
I was listening to some podcast, or this podcast, sorry, on the way up here, and apparently like hundreds of thousands of them were sold.
Yes.
That's
And
what I
and
heard.
You said you'd buy one, and if you were,
What did you say?
Called out on the Nissan Nation. I said that if I slipped off a cliff, broke my leg, and I wasn't able to walk again,
and you needed a car with good gas mileage,
and I
it
needed
was
a car with
Nissan.
good gas mileage, I would get one of the Brody knobs for the Sentra because I'd have like one leg, and
Sure.
or no legs because I'd break both of them because I probably was doing something stupid. Right, Kelly?
That's-
Am I right, Kelly?
That's
That I would get a Brody knob and one of those. I'd have to breathe into it to start it because if I broke both my legs, I guarantee you that I would be a drunk.
No.
Either that or I'd be like the coolest friggin' two-arm guy just sprinting all over with my arms.
They make pedals
all
for
right,
these
Groder,
steering
sorry
wheels
for
now.
that curveball.
Anyhow, sorry.
That's not where I expected that to go, but I'm trying. I'm just
It
trying.
happens.
All right, now we've got Mr. Joey Parent coming up. Joey is the owner of the Hellcat from Planet Kickass, otherwise known as the Blueberry. And if you Google Blueberry XTERRA, you're going to find this massively Titan swap beast with God knows how many LED lights on the front of it. And the thing was built for this particular moment in this story. They had a guy break down on the trails. And what do you do when you break down and you can't drag the thing and it gets dark? You call in reinforcements with pizza. And here comes Mr. Joey Parent, and I guess they picked up a hitchhiker along the way. And I'll let it go from there. And this story drags on, and I'll probably punch in between times. But let's meet with Mr. Parent and see what him and Dan have to say to each other.
So let's.
Somebody's gotta keep
You know
us
what? We got big deals all around
do.
here, but
Bring
when
somebody
it
in.
comes down to it, I spent, as we touched on earlier, I spent an evening with one of the biggest deals I have ever met, and the notoriety that comes with this big deal is there's no graph that you can put it on. I mean, there's a blue graph,
Is there a
but
scale?
and it's not to be confused with bluegrass because that music sucks.
And we've been having
Sorry,
some fun
guys.
tonight, but when it comes down to it,
Yes.
what we're about to talk about was a pretty impressive feat from one Blueberry Joey Parent.
Joey Parent,
The
man.
probably the most impressive pizza delivery
It's
in the history of the
I
human
can't
race.
I can't think of delivering pizza to a more rad area in a more rad vehicle in a more rad situation. Joey, the owner and father of the Blueberry, and the maker of dreams.
I am
Joey,
super
Joey,
stoked
how
that
you
I'm
doing,
not the
buddy?
drunkest guy at the table.
I'm doing really good. Hang out here at goneMOAB with some really good, amazing people.
Where are they at?
Yeah,
We want to meet these people.
I would really like to meet amazing people.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that none of them are sitting here at the table right now, but there are some out there.
Yeah,
They're probably stuck on a trail still.
there's a good chance about that. So, Joey, when I mean, we have a long story about delivering pizzas on a black trail at night in the rain. Many listeners are probably on their edge of their seats right now thinking about what exactly happened that night. Can you give us the 10-second rundown of what kind of coalesced into this amazing adventure of madness?
Well, here at Gone, everybody leaves in the morning on separate trails. Everybody ran their trails. Some trucks broke down, shattered maybe underneath would be a better word, when you blow a drive shaft and a half shaft. And so basically you're just out there with no parts. So
Wait, there's no O'Reillys or anything right there?
Not right there, but
on
kind of
Golden
there.
Spike. I mean,
Oh, okay.
when you go off one of those 4-foot ledges and then you look to your left, you might see it if the lights are on.
It's super hard to find it in the dark, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So I get back from a run and they say we need some lights and we need someone to go deliver dinner, pizzas, to PJ from Washington.
Yeah.
And they drove all the way down from Washington, got their truck stuck. First day out in a million pieces. And so I said, yeah, let's go. I didn't know what trail we were going out on specifically when we left. So
That's not important. Those are not important things.
my friends are stuck, and we're going to get them. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter if they're on a green trail or hanging off a cliff somewhere. We're going. That's what we do. So we
Doesn't matter what kind of XTERRA they're driving.
no. It could be a Frontier XTERRA, a Sentra Frontier XTERRA, solid axle swap Sentra. It doesn't matter.
I've seen those.
If you get that out there, we're going to pick you up. Okay. So so Nick Schulte gets me going. We get some pizzas and we start heading out, and we get to the entrance of the trail. It's was it raining then? Not yet.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. And we get about, I don't know, a mile into the trail, and there's this hitchhiker. He's walking down the trail, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing resemblance of Dan Gruder's.
It's weird place to find Mr. Groders there.
Yeah, like not in a truck, just walking, hiking back from. I'm gonna go save him with my Nikes.
And I'm sure he had a power rock or two on him, but
Well, we hope.
He did have the power rock, the hippie power rock, but no. So we picked up Gruders as a hitchhiker, and good thing
there's
we had
no
him.
crying in podcast.
Yeah,
Groders.
good thing we had him because we needed someone to hold the pizzas.
Someone needs to hold the pizza pie, and we gotta deliver the pizza pie. So Daddy had to get the pizza pie holding on the bags.
So we,
Sorry, that was the Italian transfer to the Jersey guy. So
All right.
we're going back to Joey right now.
So basically, Groders was walking doing the Mario Brothers up Golden Spike, and you found him.
yeah. Well, he didn't go into Mario mode until he smelt and saw the pizza, and then he just was Mario for sure.
Luigi.
Yeah, but we so we headed out. It was I don't know 6 o'clock or so, getting dark.
I think it was about 7:30 when you guys picked me up, and maybe yeah, hitchhiker time. My watch was kind of no, I left my watch. My phone was a little sketchy at the time, but I'm pretty sure it was 7:30, and it wasn't raining when you picked us up or when you picked me up, but I want to say about 10 minutes into after picking me up, it started raining.
Okay, now that we know what time Mother Nature rained,
Now that Dan has adjusted the story to his schedule.
we head out. Just so people know, a black trail in the daytime with 10 of your best friends is a hard enough trail to go down for a very well-equipped rig, and to go in at night in the rain by yourself is pretty much not safe, not the smartest thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. But we had to deliver the pizza pie.
when the boys are stuck in the mountain, when you gotta bring a pizza pie to the boy, you know, he gets a pizza pie.
There's never going to be any more talk in there. That's the end of that tradition.
The thing is sometimes you have to do things that you wouldn't normally do to get pizza pies out to some friends.
So Papa John's doesn't deliver is what you're getting.
Papa John's, none of the Papas deliver on a black trail. And when I say when Joey says black trail, I feel like there's no way to properly describe exactly what we went through. We were driving over things that usually people with rigs with trucks that are built to the wall, to the hill, Jeepers, everything that are built with front and rear lockers that are just, you know, have thousands and thousands of dollars into them. They want spotters going up this stuff. Yeah. It was me, Joey, and Nick, and there was only
and some pizza.
I only remember 2 times on this entire trail, which, what is it, a 27-mile trail or something like that? One of the longest trails that I've ever been on in Moab.
I've been drinking Tuaca. What trail are we talking about?
Golden bar rim. Spike.
Oh, the one I wanted to run today and nobody wanted to run?
Death Spider. So,
golden sleepover.
There's Mr.
It
Luke
will not be
Pankow
called
needs to make
that,
these stickers
and you
for
will
us.
not coin
is
that
going to
phrase, and you will not trademark
Lockdown
that.
in Thailand and Burma.
So, anyways, it's probably one of the hardest trails out here. And Joey drove the entire thing in the rain without spotters, other than a couple of very short spots.
And a small moment of semi-seriousness, like I didn't get here until yesterday, and so this happened before I got here. But, you know, of course, with the Book of Faces and Instagrams and all that other stuff, I got to hear all about it. And I was actually a little irritated that these guys undertook a rescue mission with only one rig until I found out who was driving.
That's right.
That's true. Blueberry, like I said before.
Well, you've got to.
There's one guy I would trust to drive in the dark on Golden Sleepover.
Let me remind you, this guy, probably 75% of the trucks on that trail that day had front lockers.
Front lock hearts?
Yeah. Lock schmirks. Joey still does not have a front locker. Am I correct, Joey?
Correct. I have the factory rear locker in my 2012 Blueberry edition.
But for those that listen, they need to Google Blueberry XTERRA. And they're going to figure out what this rig's about.
I'm telling you, it's 50% Blueberry and 50% Joey. Because Joey's foot
It's magical.
It's magic.
Yeah. It's like
both of them.
It's like baby unicorns.
And I don't know if you guys know, but Joey used to race mountain bikes as a professional lovemaker of bike and mountain.
Sure.
And he flowed when he was a mountain bike racer like the hills of Madagascar when he would ride his bike. He would flow through those hills. I've seen videos of this. And
I wish this was on video. I wish you guys could just see my face right now.
Joey's the real deal. And so when you transfer those professional skills of pedaling a bike,
chopsticks, sir.
Don't deep throat that, please.
Of pedaling a bike and running whoop sections and jumping like he does into wheeling, it's a natural progression. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where I'm going right now.
Just keep going, Dan. It's okay.
I'm pretty much singing the praises because I thought I was gonna die.
Well, I know you're 15
to 20
bikes,
times.
I've seen that video where you hit that tree.
See that video, Joe? Of me hitting the tree.
Oh, he's doing it downhill.
You never saw my video of me hitting the tree downhill?
You don't even know how spot on this impression
It was
is.
on. It was on the Book of Face.
It was. I've
We're
seen this.
totally bros, and you didn't even see my Book of
Oh,
Face.
dude.
You don't work.
All right. So we're back to dinner.
So Joey can drive a fucking truck is what we're getting.
Big time. Big time. Anyhow, I thought I was going to die a couple times. We got lost quite a few times. But me and Nick, we sniffed out that trail. We tried to flip Joey over to no avail.
I mean, why not have another truck stuck out there? Yeah.
And then we found PJ. And they were all huddled up in his truck like a bunch of dudes stuck in the middle of the Antarctic, freaking stuffing themselves in a truck. Every single window was fogged up, so we don't know what was going on before we got there. We open the one of them walks out, the other two are stuffed in the truck still, and it's PJ, and he's like, "What's up, guys?" And we look at him, and we go, "We got some pizzas, man." But of course, the pizzas have flipped over about 14 times in the back of the truck, and we didn't exactly know the condition of the pizzas, but.
Well,
I'll tell you what, that was the best
that's
pizza every single one of us ever eat.
Danny's only job in the back of the Xterra
was to keep the pizza right side
was to
up.
hold on to the pizzas. That was the mission was to get the pizzas.
Dan, you failed
To
your
PJ.
mission, buddy.
What's the lesson we've learned from that? I mean, it's kind of easy to be a big deal. It ain't easy to keep a pizza upright.
I think on Nissan Xterra Performance.com there should be a pizza seatbelt.
Oh,
I'm going to
party
make a
foul.
pizza rack.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a pizza roof rack. What? Those ought to sell really well. Special
RTPR?
delivery off-road pizza
An
rack.
RTPR?
An RTPR, man. You need to get on the internets and start looking for RTPRs at XTERRA-Performance.com. Plug. Check it.
I have a question.
What?
Who's sponsoring this particular version
This
of the
particular
Nissan
version
podcast?
is coming to you
Nissan Nation
live
podcast?
from Gone Xterra.
On Xterra.
I was going to say, I hope it's sponsored by Xterra and all its iterations. That's a big fucking word.
You just blew his fucking mind there.
I know, right? Did you see his eyes get all big?
We might be a big deal around here, but we don't start using big words on each other to make each other look bad. Okay. And for those of you that don't know, Sean McAfee over here eats little children for breakfast, and then he spits them out and laughs in their parents' faces. So just know that when he makes fun of us, we look at him and we look down at him and we say, "Sir, you looked in a face of a parent after you ate their child." So we always feel above him.
We do.
Who fixed whose brakes today, Muddy? Buddy?
Wait, no.
I just said Muddy.
Listen, Muddy.
I don't wanna drop the
Listen,
mic.
Muddy.
It's probably worse than money.
I fixed your brakes, and you still owe me a lot of money.
Really?
I charged way more than I was telling you I was going to charge. It's
Handy J's.
we're gonna
What
get
are we talking
we're
about?
gonna get
I
that
actually
money out
offered
of you.
him one, and he's like, "Yeah,
I'll get
but
that.
I'm
I'll
like,
get
"No,
that
I was
money."
kidding."
And we went off subject.
We did.
Let's finish
No,
up.
don't talk about the
Let's
hairstyle.
finish up the amazing story
Of
of the blueberry rescue of
pizza.
PJ. PJ, I have no idea how to turn these wheels in the middle of Golden Spike anymore. Tillman.
Well,
Tillman?
okay.
No, one of them was turning, sir.
You know, perspective's important. so I
No,
wanna
at
throw
the
this
end,
in there.
one was turning. You only had one wheel turning.
PJ?
PJ is standing right here listening to the podcast
Groders,
right
hand
now.
PJ the mic, please.
PJ, we're going to give PJ the
Little
mic.
Q&A.
PJ,
No.
PJ is the reason
Groders
for the
has talked enough
season.
for like the next 3 minutes.
Yeah.
PJ, let me ask you something. When they showed up, what were you guys doing?
I was dead asleep.
You guys were all asleep,
we were
right?
all
You guys were
sleeping.
cool. You were
And,
good.
and I was woken up by this array of light, and I swear to God, we were going to be picked up by a UFO or something. It was all just. I woke up
Yep.
to sunlight. I was like, "Wow, it must be morning." What is that?
So were you guys like freezing to death?
No, we were nice
No,
and
were you
warm.
hungry?
No, we had blankets.
food?
They had a good stew going.
Groders, I told you. You
Yeah.
talked enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys were cool,
Joey
right?
had extra blankets for us, so that
Okay.
wasn't a big issue.
So you guys super needed rescuing. You guys like really needed rescuing.
Probably not necessarily needed, but it was definitely the food was definitely
I-
a big deal.
I'm sorry.
It was a
can we
big
get
deal.
can we go back a little
Well,
bit?
actually, you
can
know
we
what? I take
step
that
back
back.
a second?
I agree. I did need rescuing to the point of I was at the point where I literally
You
couldn't
needed
move.
a pizza rescue.
I did.
Okay.
And I couldn't move at all, really.
Okay.
You know, I was stuck out there with no parts, nothing. So we were out there and at everybody else's mercy, pretty much. So
All right, so let's break it down. So Joey did a heroic job
Mm-hmm.
getting out there with the pizzas and driving backwards at night. Like, I mean, you guys did the night crack, right? Yep. Also known as the Golden Crack. At night it's the night crack.
No, it's the night crack. I
And
like
now it's
that.
the night crack. And then you get there, and you had pizzas, but they were in apparently woefully inadequate condition.
No.
I have to say, best cold pizza of my entire life. It doesn't
In
even
your
matter that it
face,
was
Sean.
cold. It was literally the best pizza I've ever had.
In your face, Sean.
I was going to try to make this like a huge burn on Groders, but it failed. So you guys are all heroes. Congratulations. XTERRA heroes. Nissan Frontier XTERRA heroes.
So Dan, obviously we've gotten to the pizza being delivered, but where do you get to when you figure, I guess this truck's not moving that night? And luckily the Blueberry has a tent on the roof. That a little spoon
boy,
action
getting right to the
might
heart of the
have
controversy.
gone on. I don't know.
So, anyways, this Gone has been really cool. We really had a really good time at Gone this year. We run a lot of trails. I led 7 Mile Rim today. It was really good.
I think, Mr. President, you're dodging the question.
What? What's that?
I think you're dodging the question here.
No. I was never really good
So
at dodgeball.
was it at daybreak when you realized you were hugging on Joey? Like.
I can't believe you're calling
caresses?
me out on the middle of the podcast about that.
No, this isn't the middle.
We're not even halfway there, are we? Oh, God.
In Gruder's defense, there was a witness. Schulte. Nick Schulte was there.
Yeah. Wait, is that good or bad?
That could get... Wait, here.
Is that good? Schulte was there, and
Where is Schulte?
he will attest till the day he dies that we the truth, which is we slept inside of
Are you
Joey's
good at
truck.
geography?
What's that?
Are you good at geography, Groders? You're aware that Denial's a river in Egypt, right?
Oh. Next to the Sphinx.
All right. So basically, y'all woke up, about 10 a.m.? I mean, that's usually when you get your door buzzer.
No, I think
check
we
out.
all woke up at like 6. Like, we got to get out of here. the truck, that is, of course. The truck. We got to get out of the truck. So we all woke up and kind of stumbled around in the morning. And it was actually an extremely amazing morning when we walked around and took pictures because, it's a beautiful area.
Man love is an extremely amazing thing.
That's not what happened.
So it's okay.
That's not what happened. Dave, you don't know. You don't know what happened out there, man.
Floating down the river.
I've seen
You
things, man.
You don't know what I saw. So we took some
Not that
pictures.
there's anything wrong with it.
That's
And then we ate some more pizza because the pizza wasn't quite done.
Sure.
So we all had about 3 or 4 more pieces of pizza for breakfast.
right. Oh, we got a CarJeep down. We got a CarJeep down.
CarJeep down.
After a couple hours, you know what? We ended up having cell phone reception up there. So after a couple hours, we got a hold of Chris Meiser from Nistec, who hooked us up big time.
Where is Chris?
Chris?
Hopefully he's getting me another brake line.
Nistec person Meisner. Anyhow, he took care of some business and got some propulsion units. This is very, very hard units to get.
A rocket now all of a sudden?
He got the drive shaft and the half shaft for PJ. He got it back up to us. Sonny Sundberg.
I haven't seen Sonny yet.
You haven't seen Sonny?
Where's he
Oh,
at?
I love Sonny.
Sonny's outside on
if
the
he was
patio
close-
of the official condo of the Nissan Nation podcast, brought to you by Gone
No, it's brought to you by Nistec Lifts
XTERRA
and
Frontier Nation.
XTERRA-Performance.com.
We do have to give a
Sorry.
shout out to Sonny because he did stay with those guys. He was there trying to pull them out. He kept his rig there overnight. He slept in the back seat of an Xterra overnight.
Yeah, Sonny is probably one of the most legit wheelers I've out here as far as just being there and taking care of.
We should probably ask him how he's doing.
Where is Sonny?
Sonny!
Let's bring Sonny in here.
Sonny, how you doing back there?
Go get Sonny. Curtis. Oh, not to mention Curtis. I mean, if ever there was a co-driver that did more for a driver, Curtis really he gives everyone a hand anytime he can.
Well,
he is just there for,
you know what Curtis
you
is
need a
really
handyman.
spectacular about, though?
What's that?
Wife phone calls.
Oh, Curtis.
Curtis-
If you
Curtis
want to
is-
don't wife, just have Curtis call her. Because I think
But you
he'd
better
just
block
chat
out.
with
You
her
better
for a
block
couple
out like
hours.
40 minutes.
I don't think Curtis. Is
I love
that.
how
Curtis,
you're
do you want
getting.
to say something?
Dan, I love how
Is
you're
there a
getting
rebuttal
blamed
to
for this.
What?
I love how you're getting blamed
I
for
know,
this
right?
right now. So I showed up last night like at 11 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
and I'm staying in the condo with Curtis and PJ and Sonny and Dave Morgan.
Uh-huh.
And I get there, and I'm like, hey, where's Curtis? So he's like, he's on the phone with his wife.
Right.
And we hung out for like 30, 40 minutes. We all went to bed, and apparently at some point after that, Curtis got off the phone with his wife.
Well,
I didn't see Curtis till today.
And that, sir, is why Curtis has been in Moab with PJ for so long.
Are we not going to find Sonny?
Did you guys? Is Sonny like blatantly refusing to come here and given the credit that is due?
We also need Stephen Lutz at some point.
Yeah, where's Steven?
Hey, is Stephen Lutz out there?
Who's in the green room?
Mr. Rutherford?
Who's in the green room?
for
Who's in the
fuck's
green room?
In the green room.
Oh, Sonny, I just touched your brother inappropriately.
Sonny,
Can
hey,
you sit down
the
for a second, buddy? We need to do a quick talk.
We've all got a question.
There's lots of questions
There's
posed.
a-
Wait,
there's
Sonny,
one burning
he
question.
needs an introduction, Dan.
All right.
Okay, Sonny.
I'll go ahead.
Sonny,
Go ahead, Groders, 'cause-
Sonny is a man that works in an extremely stressful situation. He deals with people that have things that's wrong with them all the time. So Sonny also has one of the sweetest Frontier XTERRAs out there. It's bobbed in the back. It's tripped out. It's got sick trickies on it.
That's all exoed, bro.
It's totally exoed, and it's got things that make it go forward always.
Just forward.
Which
though.
PJ is like things that's got on it always minus sometimes. It's a little bit different. Well, that's a different. So anyways,
All right.
Sonny's here, and Sonny stayed back with PJ and Curtis and Blueberry, Joey, myself, and Nick.
Right.
He didn't have to. Sonny looked deep inside himself. Okay, I want to get deep in this right now.
Let's break this down.
Sonny looked deep inside of himself right now, and that night, and he said to himself, "Do I care more about sleeping in my beautiful bed, rubbing some lotion on my arms,
Sure.
and just going to bed,
Yeah.
or do I want to sit in this stinky truck with Curtis and PJ
And rub some lotion
and
on that.
I was getting there, Sean. Can you just let me lay this out? You just let me finish? Can I finish?
No, I'm
Or should I stay in a truck with PJ and Curtis? Which, in my mind, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I might be as good of a guy as Sonny, because if someone said, "Hey, man, do you want to go out in the wilderness and stay in a truck with PJ and Curtis?" I'd say, only if I get to videotape and make sure and show all my friends and make fun of them for the rest of my life. That was the only scenario that
This
I
is
would
a
come
great
up with.
introduction to this, by the way.
So, anyways, this is Sonny, who has a heart of golden, molten lava,
spikes,
death.
sleepovers.
So, Sonny, can you say hi and just tell everybody how much you love PJ?
Hi, everybody. I got a big heart, and it's all for PJ.
All right.
So,
You guys obviously have some questions for Sonny.
well, there's basically only one question for Sonny, and it was asked probably 150 times today, which is, Sonny, hey, how you doing back there?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing just fine.
So, a little inside joke. Sonny and I ran a trail today. We were in the back on Steel Bender. It's an iconic trail in Moab. It's awesome. You don't have to sleep over, but it's still pretty cool. And we were being led by the infamous Chris Mankini Haynes. Is that who you're rooming with, Groders? That's your roommate this week, right?
Well, besides Blueberry.
No. Blueberry's not. No, it's just Mankini and Groders and the race team. Are they? Did they? Get here yet?
Oh! Speaking of which,
No. I'm working my way.
Oh,
I'm
you
working my
work
way.
it, sir. Work
I
it.
got like 3 things going right now, boy. All right. So Sonny's on the mic, and we want to know how he's doing because your roommate, your sole roommate, because the race team's not here. Anyway, sorry, we'll get back to that. So there's like what, 9 rigs, Sonny?
7.
Pretty much you can
the
see
math.
from front to back, and makes the story better, buddy.
Okay. There was 20 rigs.
There was 20 rigs, except minus a lot of those, so like a few. And Mankini is like every 3 seconds asking Sonny how he's doing. The whole point of that is that
Hold on. Chris from Nistec just rolled in. I swear to you, he's been in the bathroom for about 3 hours. If my calculation's correct. Sorry. We're getting back to it.
Well, the important thing is that Chris Haynes was very concerned about how Sonny was doing. So, I don't know. Is there like a problem with you and your roommate, Dan Gruters?
Wait, me?
I'm sorry. You're right.
Sonny if there's a problem with him.
I wasn't. I was looking at you.
Sonny,
So anyway,
do you and Chris Haynes have something going on?
that's what I want to know.
No, the
That's
problem is that you're not giving him enough, so now he's trying to come to me.
Oh, the Gruters isn't enough.
That's actually
Well,
totally
we-
true.
we just
and
crossed
when
a
you,
line there.
And when you say
It's probably the wave.
I'm
the
not-
wave is not kicking right now, buddy.
I get that.
No,
I'm not
okay.
giving Chris enough.
It was
That's true.
it
I'm
was
not
an-
getting Chris
It was an
anything.
inartful way to share the story about how Chris Haynes asked Sonny how he was doing 150 times over the course of about 20 minutes.
That was a good story, man.
I know, good story, bro.
Solid
I
story.
love how that wrapped up. Yeah.
But you know what?
The end.
Now that Chris is here, though, let's talk about
Chris,
break,
get
let's
back
talk
here.
about
Chris
brake lines.
Nistec,
Yeah.
let's come over and stand next to me, sir.
Yeah, we got.
That way
we
I
got-
can.
Dan.
That way I can slap my microphone. In
Hey,
your
I
face
would.
real
I
quick.
want to. Wait a minute. I
Dan,
want
what
to say
did you
something.
do for me today?
What did I do
What
for
did
you?
you do for me
I
today?
put a brake line in your truck
And why did you put a brake line in my truck?
because I was hoping you'd pay me a lot of money
Well, I'm probably still going to do that.
indiscriminately.
All right. Hey. All right.
We can edit that out later. boys.
We're getting weird eyes. I want to say thank you to Mr. Nistec here
Mr. Nistec,
for
Sir.
letting the
Chris-
podcast here set
Chris
up here.
Miesener.
What did you run today, Chris?
We were on 7 Mile for the day.
Yeah.
Led
Oh, yeah,
by
Chris-
the,
Yes, absolutely. Danny took us out and led us on that one. With
Got us
all-
lost once, I think.
Yeah.
were there
We had some noobs on there, huh?
A couple here and there.
were there ice cream bars?
There were.
They were in ice cream bars, but let me add that they were provided by Chris from Nistec.
They were.
Oh,
And he touched me appropriately today.
That's awesome, man. Finally, it happened. Finally.
Yeah, you know what? I've been on so many runs where it was inappropriate, and
Sure.
today he was very appropriate.
So, how about that weather? So we got Chris.
No, Chris Nistec was part of the entire blueberry scenario. Is it okay if we call you Chris Nistec? Because
He's been branded now.
it's
What
much
kind-
easier than Chris Miesener.
what kind of XTERRA-Frontier is Chris Nistec running?
Chris Nistec Frontier? What is your rig? Why don't you tell everybody what you're running on? No, he
shaking his head.
It's a Nissan.
It's a Nissan XTERRA. It's a Titan swap top.
No, it's a nice rig. I've
Locked.
run behind it
Yeah,
before.
it's locked
pretty
in the
cool.
rear. Almost locked in the front.
Almost.
Not yet. Almost. Pretty much loked out. That's what they call it in SoCal. Loked out.
Google search Nistec XTERRA, and you're gonna find this built
You're
up
so
rig.
SoCal,
He's-
you don't even know it, bro.
I don't even know it, bro. Flat brim.
Bruh.
What you know, bro?
He made his own Schmog movie last night
Yeah.
after a little bit of moonshine.
Yeah.
So,
Chris, it wasn't me. I promise you.
so those that don't know, Dan is brought in the schmog style to goneMOAB, and But anyways, there's some heated feelings about this one, I guess. Oh, the look is there.
Where's my beer, Chris? It's gonna get deep right now. I need a beer for this one.
So to
Hashtag I coined it.
That's right. So schmog style. so Mr. Gruters here has a video on how to properly wetten his schmog for trail use, and
I did not coin that.
you did not.
That's all Groders.
Yeah. So I think there was a discrepancy on the proper way to do it. So Chris with Nistec has fixed the Groters, and let me give a play-by-play here. We got what Seagram 7. is
About
just
time
been
Boyd
put-
got to talk.
Yeah, my own show. What the hell? But what do we got there, Dan? We got
we even
Belgian.
have- liter of
Chris
cola?
from Nistec just brought me over some Seagram 7
Yeah.
and a beer.
And a beer.
Oh,
Not
a
just any
chaser?
beer.
I thought I was supposed to mix those for a second.
All right.
I
so,
was very unattracted
so we
to that
got we
scenario.
got Dan here. He's been put on the spot with a shot of Seagram 7.
Am
we're
I
gonna-
supposed to
we'll
shoot it
video
with the
this.
thing in it?
Yeah, you put that thing in there.
I don't know if I. I I don't know if I've ever done that with the thing on it.
Well, we're about to, buddy. Hey.
I don't know how to drink liquor from a handle.
So we're gonna put this on
So
the
cal my
website.
ass.
Oh, we got a chaser. Classic
Hold on, man. I
Rooters.
gotta put on.
There you go. Classic.
I should have had schmug on it. Right? Am I right, Chris?
All right. Who can we bring
Lou.
in next, Dan? What do we got
Steven
going
Lutz.
on? Where is Steven?
Is Steven still out there? Is he gone?
Oh, Mr. Rugged Rocks is not
You
here.
know, I'd
right
really
now.
like to bring in Carl Suiting.
Right.
Carl is a really big deal in the Frontier XTERRA world.
Sure.
And I'd like to talk to him. He's a great personality that sometimes it's hard to talk to him because his muscles hit you, and it's hard to talk to him. Carl lifts things that are heavy.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure what else he does.
I pick things up and I put them down.
Yeah,
you go.
that's Carl for you. Carl one time ate a rock the size of my hand just because he could.
There was some protein in there.
You have to talk into the mic, Carl, when I talk to you, please.
The calcium deposits were great.
Carl has a Nissan Frontier XTERRA that is built to the wall. No, not
He said
XTERRA
XTERRA?
Frontier.
It's a Frontier XTERRA. They're all XTERRAs. Some of them are Frontier XTERRAs.
Carl,
Oh.
don't crush his head. Hang
Let's
on.
blow the lid. Let's blow the lid off this right now.
Listen, Carl, when you were being led on the trail at Flatiron Mesa by myself and Chris, mostly myself because I'm a big deal.
Wait. When you got winched up the chute, is that right? That happened. Yeah.
Carl, you,
probably- that's
yeah,
probably the
Carl,
best
you and I don't
part.
know each other very well, but you and I are friends. I'm just saying right now.
So poor Dan.
All right, that was our interview with Carl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl.
He is not as big of a deal as I thought. So we're just gonna thank you, Carl, for showing up.
All right, that was the Nissan Nation podcast. ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for tuning in.
Wait, tell us about the hole in the.
What? No, I don't want to tell about that.
Oh wait.
The hole in the wall. The hole in the wall. You're telling us a story about that.
That has nothing to do with goneMOAB.
Listen, Carl. I want you to know that I told a lot of stories between Sunday and today, and I'm not exactly sure which one of them was true. I'd say 120.
The hole in the wall sound pretty true.
120% of those were not true.
I believe that.
Minus 20%.
I just want to hear it.
I can't. I know that there was a hole in the wall story, per se. I told a lot of stories today, and I can't even remember today's stories, much less yesterday's stories.
Yeah.
There was pygmies in a couple of stories. Was there pygmies in today's stories?
Is there a pygmy on the other side of the hole in the wall?
Cats on the mountain.
That's the sound of this podcast grinding to a halt.
The thing is, I know a lot of history at the time, and I have
Facts are sketchy.
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
There we go. That's funny.
But recollection portions of the approximate knowledge at the time is a little sketchy.
The end for Dan there.
All right, so Carl, you must have one hell of a Frontier XTERRA to get up the waterfall. Tell us about your rig.
Yeah. What are you driving on?
Oh.
Well, not in the mouth.
Hello. I got a Frontier, Titan swap,
What year?
2011, front and rear locked, ARB in the front, E-locker in the rear, 456s on 35s. Does pretty well.
So where are you from, man?
I am from Katy, Texas.
Hey.
We got really good football.
Hey, my son's girlfriend is from Katy, Texas, so you just shut your mouth.
Back
Dan
off,
Broders.
Mr. Ruger.
Thank you, but I appreciate that.
So what brings you to
just-
Moab, man?
Oh, yeah. Good
What
point.
doesn't bring someone to Moab?
Exactly.
I've come here other than off-roading to do the Corona Arch Swing, which is pretty exhilarating, which also makes you pee your pants. But it's pretty good. It's illegal right now, but it should be open in about a year.
All right.
Let's hope.
All right.
But it's a lot of good time here, a lot of cool people, and you have a great time.
So Dan, when are we going to find some of these cool people, man? What's up, buddy?
The cool people?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the next
entire
podcast.
time he was talking, I was making extremely lewd motions towards Curtis.
I just like throwing you out of there. Dan right now is he's in what's it called?
I think the industry term is shithouse.
I am in full control of my faculties.
How are your bowels?
But his bowels now.
My bowels or my valves?
Either.
My valves. Is that like your bowel valves?
How are your bowel valves?
So far, they're gobs away. You like how we use the word gobs? They're gobs away from where they were when Blueberry was driving. Gobs.
So back to this spooning, Dan.
There was no spooning.
No, any forking?
No forking. Oh, so we're there. There we were, driving in the middle of the night, pouring rain.
Was there
the
any
Blueberry's interior lights were glowing blue, as can be expected.
Exactly.
Nick Schulte and I, sitting in the truck, we had just downloaded the map for the trail that we were on. Excited, confident that we were going in the right direction. I'm sitting in the back, enjoying the fact that I wasn't having to get out of the truck about 15 to 20 times.
In the back, holding a pizza pie.
Holding the pizza pie for the delivery.
Was that before or after?
It's not his $10 tip.
That was before or after you guys Rochambeau'd for bologna?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So we were there. We just downloaded the map, got back on the trail. We were excited to be finally back on the trail because we were lost for a while there. And Nick Schulte points to the right and says, "Yeah, just go to the right." To the right,
Also known as passenger.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to set up a scenario.
Dan's
here.
trying to throw people into the bus right now.
Oh, Schulte knows that he needs to be under a bus in this scenario. So he points to the right, and we start going up a little bit towards this dark area where there's like rock. It goes to like rock, and then there's dark area. And you're thinking maybe it drops down a little bit. So we start heading there, maybe about
There's some shadow right there.
15, 20 feet from this dark area. Nick says to us, and we're crawling along. We're not going too fast, but Nick says to us, No, stop, not that way. Come to find out, after the no, stop that way, he says, that's like a 2,000-foot cliff. So we went left instead of right. So we decided against the 2,000-foot ledge drop
That makes
in the middle of
sense.
the night that we couldn't quite see. And we decided to travel on the trail portion that I handed my phone to Schulte to navigate to.
If it wasn't Nick Schulte, he definitely would have been fired as a navigator. Right there on the spot. Get out of the trail, in the rain, in the dark, let the bears eat you.
Walk home
Bears.
like Groders.
The Moab Bears.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, I would have strapped some pickled peas on him and let the tremors get him. The tremors, because that's
All right, so that is a good time for me to ask an important question of an important person for the Nissan Nation podcast behind the scenes, Kelly Boyd, who's with us today.
Yeah, Kelly Boyd's a
I
big
do
deal.
need to ask
More of
Kelly
big
a
deal
very
than
important
David.
question, which is, okay, yeah, go ahead, Kelly, take the microphone. Kelly, how long do we need to keep going to get 60 minutes of usable footage from this thing?
The way we're going, probably about 4 hours.
All right, so we got strap in, boys and girls. We got a while to go.
Strap
Not
on, guys. Strap on.
It's not Monday. It's not Golden Sleepover. Move on.
What?
All right, so Dan, has anything else eventful happened for you besides this magical sleepover with unicorns and fairy dust? Oh man! So
I feel
so
like
Mr.
something
Nistech-
magical is going to happen tonight after
Mr.
Nistech's done.
Mr. Nistech just dropped us. What are we looking at here? Spin that around.
Looks like some cupcake or something. Citrus triple distilled.
I can tell you right now that I would rather sip black mud
Grundle juice.
and
Where's
Grundle
the
juice
skull?
out of
Where's
a
the skull
bottle
at? Dan likes the skull.
than drink raspberry infused vodka, which just got put in front of me.
Now we got Tuwaka time, and Tuwaka is a tradition for those goners at Moab. They I guess Kevin and Josh might have started this many years ago, and the tradition is they put this Tuaca in a crystal-like skull, and they pass it along, and they really just force you over and over and over to guzzle this stuff, and it's a vanilla type of liquor, and it's not bad, but Dan hates the stuff. And it's always fun to aggravate the situation with Dan and the Tuaca. And literally, they had to fight him. He was trying to pour the stuff down the sink. And Carl and Sean then get into a debate because Sean is kind of done with the Tuaca in the skull. And I think he wants to put some vodka or something else in it for next year's event. And it's not heated, but it's hey, we got to keep tradition the way it is. And so let's hear what the boys have to say about Tuaca. Go get it.
I'll drink some of this citrus.
So Dan, any Tuaca in your future?
You know what? Speaking
tonight
of Tuaca,
sorry to interrupt. Tonight is going to be the end of that tradition.
Yeah, this is final Tuaca.
Get in on it when you can.
This, I will say,
in the skull.
We need the skull. For those that don't know,
is being retired this Moab.
Hey, Sean, give us a little bit of history.
Shut your
on
mouth,
the
Carl. I'm in charge.
Curtis,
wait.
hold on.
No, yeah, here. We got to bring the skulls back.
The skull will always stay.
And the skull
Curtis, I've
about
been
to
the
do some
custodian
epic
of
shit
the
right
skull
now.
for 3 years now. I've been the custodian of the skull for 3 years.
Dan,
I will keep the
no!
skull. I can't put
don't let him
Tuaca
do
in
that.
it anymore.
Party foul here. Dan, bring that back
Will
here.
you put that on video while I beat Groders to within an inch of his life?
Someone may die tonight. We don't know what's going to happen.
So Dan.
Nothing, because Dave's too strong. It's like a giant god of Greeks. I'm pretty sure he will grass.
I think we need to take him back out to Golden Spike and just leave him.
That's right.
Hey, who just said that?
All right, so Curtis. All right, Kurt.
We need some history on the skull.
I'm a
here.
big fan of Curtis because he got upset about the skull.
So Dan, we want some history here on this skull.
Do you guys want to hear the story?
Let's hear the story of the skull.
I want to hear. Carl, we're trying to do a podcast here, man. Please.
This is a professional show.
Try and rein it in, please. We're trying to have a podcast.
This is important.
The best part about having
No,
a mic is
this
you can
is-
call out other people and make them feel and belittle them. What? Sean,
All
can
right,
you tell us
all
about
right,
the?
So Sean, give us some
All
history on
right,
the
I
skull.
will say this though. This is good feedback to have that somebody's that upset about the Tuaca skull going away. And I will say, for the record, the skull is not going away.
All right.
But so here's the story. All right, so there's some guys that used to come out here to Gone XTERRA-Moab every year, and they would always bring I guess it's a crystal vodka skull, right?
Change that up. 1 second.
With the Tuaca.
1 second.
Curtis.
1 second.
Go ahead,
It's not
Carl.
gone XTERRA-Moab. It is just gone Moab. All right.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Carl.
you're right. It's a gathering of Nissan
Please shut your
Xterras.
mouth. It's gathering of Nissan Xterras.
Hey, look.
You're screw it up right
wait.
Carl, look, hey,
Gonks?
Your Frontier Xterra is awesome. Dude.
You never came to Gonks?
All right, that's another story. We'll get into that in a second. It's a joke. All right, so this Tuaca story is that the godfather of goneMOAB, Kevin Copeland, who started this thing, I guess, or helped start this thing. I mean, I don't want to start a fight, but long story short, the skull full of Tuaca is a long-standing tradition at Moab, and it causes us all a lot of pain and suffering.
Yes, it does. I can attest to this from last year.
And I think we finally ran out of gas because this particular skull full of Tuaca, I think we filled it up a good, 4 or 5 times last year?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And the last iteration of it, I use that word again, the last time I took it home full, I brought it back this year with the same Tuaca in it. I am not drinking this shit anymore. I mean, I'm going to drink this right now.
This comes from the man that was shoving it down my face at last year's event.
I've been known to do that. Here, have some.
Hey, I got to have some.
All right.
So
the point is the skull stand, and you notice, Carl, there's not an F on that.
For those that can't see, there is an X.
I think
It's
y'all
gonks.
just added that because I wasn't there the year I got spray painted.
Wait, what?
Actually, yeah, you're right. That would have been about, 4 years ago?
3 years ago.
3, yeah, 3 or 4 years ago.
Is that when
3
Kevin
years
hurt
ago.
himself?
No, Kevin's last year, right?
2012.
Yeah. So no, because of that year, that was my first year here, and Kevin had that skull, and I brought the skull back when he did. Shut up, Grooters.
I didn't say anything, sir.
I know. No, I filled this. I've been filling the skull with Tuaca for 3 years because Kevin ain't here anymore.
Yeah.
But
The X needs to go though.
well, there's an X on the original skull too.
Oh, we should totally put an S. Gone Sentra. Sick.
So, anyways, this skull has floated around for a few years.
The XTERRA is going away, so it's just like it's a mark of honor.
Do you
Your
feel like
Frontier
you've
XTERRA.
won? Does the Frontier crowd really feel like they've won now that the X has been fucked?
Not yet.
No, honestly, I think the XTERRAs are great, and I think that we should keep them going. I mean, that's,
Hey, Nissan,
that's
do
a
you
cool
hear this?
crowd. Honestly, I think that the XTERRA crowd is, sadly to say, a lot cooler than the Frontier crowd.
So what
just
you're saying
because
is you
they're
didn't
pretty
drop
wild,
yours.
man.
Okay.
But
So here's the whole point of my little XTERRA joke is that it really doesn't matter whether you drive an XTERRA or Frontier. We're all Nissan fans. We drive the best rigs, and we're here because we drive the best rigs. And
Yeah.
this X stands for XTERRAs and for Frontier XTERRAs
Well,
also.
absolutely. I would
For
actually
ex-Frontier owners.
fully agree with that. And I would say that people that own XTERRAs and Frontiers are probably the coolest people ever because they have both of those. Oh, put it in your face. Can you put it in your mouth and let it go in your throat?
Grab Groders by the collar and just like drink it right.
Carl right now has just put a skull bottle to his lips, and then he let the fluid go
So-
in his mouth and in his throat.
Would everybody be okay with changing to like? Well, how about Fireball? I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big
That's-
fan. After last year's event,
Carl
I'm a
does
big
not
fan
want
of
to change it to
Fireball.
Waka. I am against it.
Carl, that Tuaca's been sitting on like my bar shelf for like a year. That's a year-old Tuaca. Like a fine,
Groders has to
sweet
go
liqueur.
check on something.
All right, you go check on something.
All right, next up, we're going to introduce Mr. CarJeep. For those that don't know, Daniel is his real name, but he has an interesting story about how he goes by CarJeep. And we had dealt with Daniel for a year or so on Facebook, and got to know him that way. And he's a crazy fun guy. And what did you think, Kelly?
CarJeep was pretty cool. I'll have to say, the first time you meet him, he's just all smiles, and every time we meet him, it just, if you didn't see a smile on his face, you weren't seeing CarJeep. It was pretty funny. And, you know, he'll sit there and tell you, I diet pizza from last night. What are you talking about? You know, just kind of
Some blackout moments, I think.
I don't know how much of Gone he actually remembers, just because of all of the blackouts he talked about. But, you know, he's really an interesting guy, and you'll get to know him a little bit in the next session.
Yeah, it was interesting for when we pulled in, like they were at the hot tub, and just like a beacon of positivity popped out, man. So it was pretty awesome. So without further ado, let's talk to CarJeep.
So CarJeep, get
have-
up here,
do we
man.
have
You
people?
deserve some mic time, buddy. All right. So
As much as I like to talk, I am super horrible on this mic.
no, dude, you're all right. So
Let's-
tell us, man, where did you get the name CarJeep?
No.
Come on,
This is
that's-
a wheeling only story. It's not the great story, but it's decent funny.
Well, let us in on it, man.
I'm breaking my rule.
Well, nobody's gonna hear this. It's okay.
All right.
I've already listened to all the podcasts I'm going to listen to on the way to goneMOAB, so we're good.
All right. Well, it's more of a you had to be there story.
All right. Well, we're here
Well-
now. So
So there was one of my old roommates was going on deployment. He was going on cruise for 6 months, and we all went on dinner, like Applebee's or something. And that night the moon was bright and red, and I was by the window, so I was looking for this moon. I wanted to look at the moon, and I snap on this conversation again. All my roommates are having. We were like 6 of us. And the last 2 words are car and Jeep. So I just snap in this conversation. I'm like a car Jeep. So everyone just starts cracking up. I'm like, what's so funny? Yes, there was alcohol involved.
well, any good story involves alcohol. So
And everybody had a good laugh with the car Jeep, blah, blah, blah. And the food shows up, and my roommate that was going on a cruise said, hey, car Jeep, pass the salt. And I just snapped to it. And And from that day on, everyone started calling me CarJeep.
So
And-
how does a man get a name CarJeep yet you drive a Frontier? Is what I'm
Well, hold on. Let me finish my story. It's a little long. It's a little
What kind
dry,
of a
but
Frontier?
an XTERRA-Frontier.
Frontier XTERRA?
and I worked on C-130s, and all my Navy buddies were across the street. Where they worked on, it's called eye level, and they worked on actual components. So I would go over there with my junior guys and inspect the parts. Teach them how what to look for before bringing back to the squadron. And they would hear it didn't matter what part I was. I had a roommate in every power plant department or section, and they would hear them call me CarJeep. People didn't even know were calling me CarJeep over there. I was like, no, I went against it so bad. You have no idea. Exactly, call me Petty Officer Fonseca. And the junior guys picked it up, and my junior guys were calling me, hey, CarJeep, this and that. And then, my squadron was calling me, like, why are they calling you CarJeep? I'm like, I don't know.
So CarJeep, so long story short, when I called you Daniel yesterday, you were like stoked.
I was. So
Like,
I
how
went
did you know
to
my
Canada
name?
to visit some friends, and it didn't matter where I went, people knew me as CarJeep. I'm like, I'm a different country. I introduced myself as Dan. They're like, oh, you're the famous CarJeep. I'm like, no, I'm Daniel. No, the famous CarJeep. I was like, all right, I'll go with CarJeep. So a couple years ago, I just, I got my Frontier, and I was looking for something Nissan related, D40 Pro 4X, this and that. And one of my roommates comes in the garage because I was just hanging in the garage that time. And he's like, look up CarJeep, So I typed in CarJeep in the DMV website, and it was available. I was
So
like,
you're
well,
rolling your plates are CarJeep.
yeah. So eventually, I had no.
You've
I
got to
couldn't-
go. By this point, you've got to go. With it.
Exactly. I was cool with it. It took me a really long time. So I got the plates on my truck, CarJeep, and it didn't matter where I went. I was asked.
So when
I
you
was
pull
told.
up to a Nissan dealership, they're like, what the fuck is this, man? You're in a Nissan and you got Jeep on the back of your truck.
People always love my truck. It didn't matter where I went. But it was most like the grocery stores where people told me, you don't drive a car or a Jeep.
Look,
and I was so close
give
on making
CarJeep
pamphlets.
props. He has one of the nicest
He
Frontier
does. He
XTERRAs
does.
out
He
there.
does.
He really does.
I was really close on making these pamphlets. I was just tired of telling everybody this story. And people don't even know, complete strangers telling this story. And eventually people just started catching on as well, in the Nissan community, where they just started calling me CarJeep without knowing the backstory behind it. And I'm actually...
Well, we're not going to tell anybody, so.
Well, but you know what? Now we all know.
And knowing is half the battle.
You know what? There's so many people out there I've told... I'm not going to tell you the story.
There are
behind
literally
my
like
name
30 or
unless we
40
wheel
people that
together.
are now going to know the story.
Do you know how many subscribers? We got like 10. So your secret's safe.
I was exaggerating.
That's 10 less times you have to tell that stupid story.
And exactly, but that was my rule, though. That was, everybody that wanted to will with me, had to listen to the story.
Whoa.
That's
Breaking
top
news.
secret. Top secret.
We've got breaking news here. CarJeep's putting a bumper
Live from goneMOAB, we've got CarJeep with a breaking story about his Jeep bumper.
Mr. Sean McAfee, take it away.
CarJeep?
All right, so shortly after I did the hula with Carl.
Wait, now you're making short jokes? Come on, man. Come on. That's not cool, bro.
So we did the hood louver from Poison Spider, and I was on their website for a long time trying to find information on whether it was going to work or not, and I got this idea of doing something different. Maybe get some other companies start making more Nissan products, and that's when I just decided I want to get a Poison Spider bumper.
So, Mr. CarJeep, if you had a chance to interview Dan right now, because Dan's in a unique state. He's standing right above you there.
He's super bitter that he doesn't have a microphone
I
right
know.
now.
I just realized I took his spot. I'm the new Dan.
I have never seen Dan Gruder's more uncomfortable than he has been for the last
Hashtag
3 minutes
Dan's been
without
replaced.
the ability to put the microphone in his gob and fucking go.
Hashtag Dan's been replaced.
That's not the first time I've heard this week.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird. So what would you ask Dan right now?
CarJeepPerformance.com.
You've got the mic. This is your show right now, buddy. Take Dan. Tell him.
You know, I actually had questions while this thing was going on, and
Go
I
ahead.
had too many Coronas tonight where those questions
So
out of this thing
Dan,
were.
let me ask you some questions. So, are you going to be making available, Jeep, XTERRA, Nissan, Frontier type accessories on your performance.com
Right now, I'm
website,
still doing
or-
research and development. I'm not quite there yet.
Well, you are a big deal, sir.
Did you just snap to that right now, Rudders? Oh my God!
Offering the hood louvers here very shortly for
How much on CarJeep
At CentraPerformance.com.
CarJeepPerformance.com.
I did own a Sentra at one point.
You did. I've seen
I
the
told
pictures.
myself I was going to sell it twice. It was going to be my forever car, but it was sold to family.
No,
Again,
that's the worst thing to do, man. You never sell car to family.
no. You have no idea how much money I dropped in the Sentra.
No, I've seen pictures of this thing, but you never sell cars to family. There's like three of them, Dan.
Oh, five. It was my first car. It was my first car.
When Dan talks, kind of just put the microphone kind of close to his mouth, but pull it away real quick. Otherwise, you'll never get it back.
No. Look at my grip.
So,
my grip.
So Dan, wait. So we got a new show going here. What is going on, Dan Nation? So we got two Dans here tonight.
So actually, speaking of Sentra, no joke. I've always wanted to have a B13 Sentra.
I want to talk on the mic this close with you.
This is not uncomfortable.
This is as close I ever talked to a male. Holding a mic. Come here, dude. Come here.
Dude, got Dan Nation.
This guy freaks out whenever I touch him, but he stays there when I give him that bell grab.
I like back rubs, man.
Woo!
Hello. Triple Frontier.
Hello.
XTERRA, bro.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's get close.
This is Triple Frontier bro time.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next up is one of my favorite parts of all the whole weekend is hearing about this this trail recovery again. And this isn't the pizza part, but this was an added little bonus that Joey Parent wanted to pop in with, and it was quite shocking to hear this. So I'm gonna let you hear about a flashlight that's not a flashlight. It's a shocking taser. So here we go.
Well, we normally talk about Nissan cars.
We do have to tell about the Curtis flashlight incident. So, okay, we'll get to the horn in a second. So picture yourself out on a trail, black trail, in the middle of the night, stuck, truck all blown apart, and you're the co-pilot. You are Curtis, and you are trying to help PJ in the pouring rain. And you have a flashlight. So a flashlight would be a good tool to have when you're stuck in the middle of the dark out trying to work on a truck. Agreed,
Absolutely.
right? A good flashlight is a good thing to have.
1 second. There's been a request that Curtis tell the story, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Curtis probably needs to save his breath because he's got a phone call to make later. So,
Curtis, I'll give up my
So-
my mic one more time if you want to come over and interject.
Absolutely.
I haven't called her. You
let's
know
not
that.
go there.
I'll give it my wife.
I'm her favorite. I'm her favorite.
You want to come in and come over here, Curtis.
Curtis should really talk about his flashlight.
Come over here, Curtis. I want Joey to finish up this story, but I want some speculation.
Some color
from
commentary?
Curtis. Yeah, I want color
You want
commentary
two
from
on the mic
Curtis
here?
as this story goes
Are you going to
on.
be okay when you hand the mic over?
A whole lot better about this whole thing. 'Cause
You have
he
to put the
was-
mic like near your face.
All right. We'll go 3 mics. PJ?
Yeah,
I'm
PJ.
handing it.
bring it in for you.
So PJ's stuck, and where did Curtis get the flashlight?
Okay, so I got this flashlight, and it was a flashlight of mine. So we, there's a couple rigs that were there with us, and they were
Story, bro.
yeah, cool story. They're heading up the trail, so I gave Curtis the flashlight, and then I was trying to actually reach Joey. So I had Joey on the phone, and I gave the flashlight to Curtis. Unbeknownst to Curtis, my flashlight was also slightly a taser.
Which
Just slightly.
was not totally a very nice thing.
So it's
anyways,
dark. It's
so
raining.
Yes, it's raining, and PJ's on the phone trying to get Joey, and Joey's like flashing his lights. So I take the flashlight, flashing it at Joey, so he could see that it's us over here. And then I was like, "Oh, it works, okay." And then I started walking over to talk to Sonny, and needless to say, I guess I switched the switch over to taser, and needless to say, water and your leg does not match with a taser.
I'm on the phone with Joey, talking to Joey on the phone, and I look over right at Curtis because I'm trying to talk to Sonny. I look over in time just to see the sparks flying. I see the sparks flying and hitting his leg. There's a little bit of shrieking like a little girl.
No.
And I'm kind of mad. You broke my flashlight, man.
I don't give a shit.
Sonny thought there was fireworks out there. The big sparks.
Needless to say, I told him there was number one rule was you're supposed to tell me that it's a taser, not a flashlight also.
Okay, for the visual, if you took a package of ladyfingers and lit them off in your own pocket, that's kind of the way Sonny described the arcing and sparking coming from Curtis's leg. And anybody out there that owns a taser flashlight, you might want to let someone know before you give it to them.
Especially your
They
driver.
could be hazardous to your health.
I had full intention to let you know, but I was a little distracted on the situation.
Especially the guy that helps you spot areas.
So,
That's
oh yeah, that almost tore the friendship apart right there. But
it was soaking wet out, like we were literally standing in a riverbed, but I was literally rolling on the ground laughing so hard.
So now we're going to pick up where Joey is trying to get the story out of Carl of how he ended up stealing somebody's scooter or something like that, and ended up in some lady's underwear or riding around on this thing. So let's listen to this little piece.
Carl comes to goneMOAB riding a scooter in his girlfriend's underpants, a stolen scooter. And you're gonna say you hate that man?
I don't hate him.
You are out on like top of the world edge right now.
Push him off.
I have been told that he was going to wear those underpants again, and I've seen nothing yet. And so all I've heard is
Listen,
stories.
it's not easy to find a stolen
I don't
scooter.
believe it. I don't believe it.
I have no scooter.
The stories, I don't believe.
That is not the important part of the story. I'm just telling you right now.
There's one more night here in goneMOAB, and Carl has yet to show any kind of extreme acts of excitement. Thank you, CarJeep. So I'm holding judgment. I'll hold judgment.
Fumble.
He's just
Oh,
pouring
alcohol
drinks
abuse
out.
on the floor. Oh, alcohol.
Ice abuse on the floor.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, those of you that are not attending goneMOAB are missing out on more adventures than you have any idea about. So if you have a XTERRA-Frontier or a Frontier or a Pathfinder for XTERRA-Frontier
Or a CarJeep Sentra
or
Frontier.
a CarJeep Sentra Frontier solid
With a
axle
Jeep
swap,
nose.
Jeep Frontier XTERRA, or an XTERRA Jeep Frontier, even a Land Cruiser XTERRA-Frontier, XTERRA. Or if you have an XTERRA, that's kind of boring, but you could do it.
Maybe.
If
you're Titan swapped an air down, bruh.
Totally, bro. Melt
Hey,
mod.
Titan Swap will save all, man. So
Titan Swap will save you. If you
So
have something
2012,
along those lines, you need to come out and adventure with us because there is nothing better than coming out.
Are you knocking the
and
first year? I'm
touching
sorry to interrupt
bros.
you, Dan.
I'm talking about touching bros inappropriately or appropriately, depending on your scenarios.
depending on what trail you're
Sean
on.
just went 2012 on me.
What?
He just said that was so 2012.
Let me borrow your microphone.
Yeah, let's have this conversation.
Where were we?
I said,
Are you Titan swapped an air down, bro?
Girl.
yeah.
I was like, that's so 2012.
I know. That was the first year.
Right.
That was the
So it's
introduction
accurate.
of the Blueberry and the Chris Haynes who.
Who?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We need Chris Haynes here. He's asleep right now. Though.
That is the first time I have ever heard those words spoken all together.
In the same sentence.
Would you like the microphone back?
no, Dan.
That was a rhetorical question.
All right, here, I'll give up my mic for that.
So last night we were out pranking because Joey Parent is a prank master. He's like Prank Master 3000. So we were out pranking, and he wanted to get Chris Haynes. Who? I'm not exactly sure who he is, but Chris Haynes. He wanted to get Chris Haynes' truck. So while some people were saran wrapping Chris Haynes, whose truck, some guy, I think it's Chris Haynes. I'm not sure who. I was inside because
Speedo.
I was way to blow it, Carl. I was inside the condo, and so I walk over because Chris Haynes says
The condo you're sharing with Chris Haynes?
I maybe sharing it with him.
Okay.
So I'm inside the condo trying to make.
You're
a bunch
sharing
of
a
noise.
lot of Dan. You're sharing a lot of things this week.
He shares because
I'm
he
a giver.
cares.
He does.
I'm a giver.
Yeah.
I'm a giver.
Well, not a taker. Though.
So I was in the kitchen trying to make a bunch of noise to muffle the sounds in the garage. And so I hear
This sounds like a rape all
Grouders!
Grouders, come here.
And
I'm sure it was like very softly and.
no.
Oh,
So I walk
you mean
over
he was
and
yelling?
I look up
Okay.
the stairs to the top of the stairs.
Mankini.
And what I behold is something no man should see. It is something that will haunt my dreams for years.
Imagine like a golden shining aura around what he's about to describe.
Imagine, if you will.
Imagine a man giving up on fitness.
Giving
Who
up
has
on
decided,
giving,
who has decided fitness is low on my scales.
and the number of fucks
but
he
making-
gives is
but
less than
making my
one.
junk look sweet
Suddenly, I feel like you're talking about me, Dan.
is high on my scale.
He's talking about a lot of people around this table right now.
A man that walks into TJ Maxx and walks over to the underwear section.
What do you
and
got in
says
a
to
marble
himself,
bag?
Well, the only thing I can do is dress this thing up down here with whatever's on the shelf right there. And he walks over and he sees the leopard print. And he says,
This is
Bing
now
bong.
news. This is now
Found it.
news.
That is the look.
and then he decides, I'm going to wear this in Moab with the dudes around.
Wait, hold on. That's the correction horn. And what that means? No, that's the correction horn. It's not the dudes around. It's the dude around.
The dude.
The one dude.
So,
That's just a subtle reminder we have to talk about Carl's horn.
oh. I feel like today is going to be a 2 or
Dude, that's a
3-parter.
big horn you got there, bro.
So, anyways, Chris Haynes
Mankini,
pretty
leopard
much
print.
showed himself in a mankini to me at the top of the
Now,
stairs
Who did?
in our condo.
Dan?
Chris Haynes. Something or other.
Now, how did that make you feel, Dan?
I've been trying to purge it every second of my life that I think about it.
But
And
was there a split between the boys?
I've been having problems thinking about how I'm going to purge it, and I'm slowly coming to the realization that every once in a while that image is going to pop up, and the only true fix for something like that is time.
Yeah. I felt like it was when
The
you were leading us
fading-
today on
the-
trails. I felt like that was affecting you.
The fading
So-
of memory.
Is anyone sponsoring this particular podcast?
This podcast is sponsored by XTERRA Performance and Niztag Lifts. Both places touch you in totally appropriately.
They touch your wallet
Which
appropriately.
the follow-up question is are there ever going to be any other sponsors of this podcast if this particular one airs?
Oh, this will air. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, the Nissan Nation podcast sponsors the Nissan Nation podcast.
For your podcast
And
listening pleasure.
goneMOAB XTERRA, Nissan Frontier for XTERRA Performance.
I think our mission is to go from at least, I got to go out on a limb here and say 10 listeners to maybe 12 with this episode. I think we could probably get
trying.
there.
Dude, we're going 13.
Well, and here's
That's strong.
All right,
all right,
I feel
here's
a
the
wave.
way. Here's the way we're going to bump up our listenership because no one listens to a podcast more than someone who really wants the answer to an important question.
It's 12 inches.
And there's a seriously important question that
So you
everybody wants to know that's anywhere around, like, within 10 yards of here.
Oh,
and that is
right.
Joey Parent.
Joey Parent.
Where are you staying?
Where are you staying?
That is the question of the week.
Next week you'll find out.
That is. So stay tuned. if
you know what? Hold on.
No, honestly,
hold on.
honest-
No,
honest-
no,
seriously, heart attack, no. Seriously, heart attack.
Joy. You don't need to answer that because we already figured it out.
Where is it?
Listen, man, why don't you just go home tonight and find out if we know?
So, seriously, as a heart attack, if you come out to goneMOAB, this is the 4th year that I've come out. I have met some of the most amazing off-road. If you're
Stop it.
No, I swear to God.
Me?
No, I swear
Is
to
it
God.
me? Is it
It's
me?
not all about you, Dan. I'm talking about a lot of people. Yeah.
But it's mostly me.
If you think it's mostly you, then yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, Dan's going to think this is mostly about him, but
All right. This is about Dan, but Joey, tell us about goneMOAB.
for 4 years I've been coming out here, and every year I meet someone new. I meet someone that loves to go out and off-road their Nissan.
In Xterras.
And XTERRA-Frontier,
Frontier
CarJeep,
Xterras.
Jeeps, Frontiers, Xterras, Sentras. But
What about Altimas?
I haven't seen
Those things have like terrible turning radius. And
Really?
they're just not good to wheel.
Oh,
if you're
man.
going to wheel a Nissan sedan, it should be a Sentra.
They're lighter, shorter wheelbase.
Well, the new Maxima's coming out, and I hear that they're rave reviews on off-road.
I saw one the other day.
Yeah.
The trainer dropped one off at the store. It was absolutely amazing. That car is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful car. It's
It
fun to
really
ride
is.
into.
But coming out here and meeting these guys from all over the United States, I mean, from the East Coast to the West Coast to the South, there's off-roaders from everywhere. And if you want to experience the best off-roading, you need to come out here and at least do this trip once in your life. And I guarantee you, it'll change you. No
Yeah.
different than jumping out of an airplane.
No, it's definitely. I mean, the views out here are worth it. Let alone the wheeling. You know, the wheeling is ultimate. But just to come out here and see it,
The whole experience.
yeah.
The whole experience. The people. Absolutely.
Well, minus a couple people.
Yeah.
Dan.
isn't about you.
And Sean.
about you. This isn't about you.
Hey, man. Thanks for that booger check up there, buddy.
Yeah.
And people ask why this isn't a video podcast, and I would just like to say because Dan's been digging for gold.
No, it's because Dan doesn't give you a warning when he's going to make a video when you're out in the middle of nowhere with a 6-foot green snot hanging out of your nose. This is not the time. You heard me blowing my nose for like 30 minutes before you turned and put the camera on me.
That was a good video.
I had the biggest snot rocket of my life hanging out of my nose, and who catches it on film? Dan Gruters. I risk my life, my limb. I bring pizza to my bros who are stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Dan
And
Gruters.
you post a 6-foot-long snot rocket on Facebook
Dan Gruters.
hanging out of my face.
Dan got his reaction.
It was funny. So Dan Gruters thought it was
I've got a
funny.
cramp.
No, it was like pulling on a tampon string. I felt like my brain was going to come out.
Thing was, I was sitting there taking a beautiful panorama video of our beautiful trip that was going on, and you were back there blasting away on that freaking schnozzaroo, and then I try and pull it in, and you just got snots flinging everywhere.
I thought somebody fell off the cliff. I was rolling out the winch cable.
All right, so Dan, let's wrap. Oh man, poor Dan.
Dan Gruters' reaction.
Did I just shut up, Gruters? I just shut up.
Tonight's grand champion of the Nissan Nation podcast is Joey Parent.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Parent.
What do we have a prize for the grand champion, Joey Parent?
A sticker.
Hold on.
Not that one. Not that
Joey,
one.
you got a
Nissan
picture?
Nation podcast ownership.
Hold on.
Status.
This is partially video.
Partially. Just the upper
It's
half.
totally live-ish. Just wrap it around his neck.
Jesus, Sean, get that
Sean's
right.
still not sure exactly how letters work.
Years of education cannot.
And if you haven't met Sean Mack, you gotta meet this gentleman.
Is that what people call you, Sean Mack?
No, that's new.
That's new. That's what I call him. He's my special
I
friend,
feel like
not
that's
yours,
gonna
Dan.
stick. I'm gonna stick that.
Gruters.
I'm sticking that.
Sean Mack, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
Sean
stick
Mack.
that for you. I'm gonna stick that for you, okay?
I'm just bombing across the states, and this guy just opens up his home,
Wait, you went to Sean Mac's
I
house?
rode his dog when I was there.
Whoa! You rode his dog.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Let's
Yeah.
slow this story down just a little bit, because I felt like I kind of own Sean Mac because I have some.
Have you slept at his house?
Well,
I know Johan
You're not that
has.
close to friends.
Oh,
maybe you did.
Can I go there?
Did you know that Daniel is an ordained minister?
I don't know if you know this, Joey Parent, but
This is very true. By
I
the way.
married Sean Mac.
Wait, you married him? Wait, you two
didn't-
are a couple.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but I can say.
Yeah. Wow.
That's not the
You
story
married
you
Sean
wanted to
Mac.
It's recorded now, buddy.
I thought you had a wife.
I do. She
I thought both of you had wives.
She was there.
As was mine.
I did not know that.
I'm not sure if you guys know this, but me and Sean Mac go way back.
Dan is the man of the cloth.
Then how come you never called him Sean Mac?
Because I have a different name for him.
Schnookums?
It's not something I like to call out on a podcast.
Honey Badger?
Let's hear it.
Oh, Schulte! Whoa! Big Schulte in the house!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
one of the gone.
Hold the phone.
Long story short, Danny married me and my wife for the second time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dan is so good
I
it
did
takes
it.
2 times to get it right.
I did it, and it was freaking rad.
That's awesome. But I rode his dog and stayed at his house, and he bought me green chili dinner.
All right, Dan.
Nick, come sit down over here.
Come here, Nick.
Nick Schulte, everyone, the third party in the Blueberry Extravaganza party.
And what co-event
Wait
organizer?
a minute. What are we
This
talking
is
about
Nick
now?
Schulte. Nick Schulte is one of the main organizers for the goneMOAB event. He almost single-handedly, partially helps coordinate the entire goneMOAB event.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. You missed out on a whole lot of stuff. We have important questions that we need to ask, and those are, were you butts or nuts?
I don't know what you're talking about because I was sleeping in the passenger front seat.
You are an excellent liar, sir. Back to you, Gross.
Exactly. I was back in the.
We have
in the
pictures
second row.
to prove it.
We have pictures to prove that I was in the second row seat, and Joey was up top in the rooftop tent by himself, snuggled up kindly in his own bedding roll. That's what it was. Right?
Neither my dog nor my daughter were there.
So, so Nick, how is this gone for you? We've had a wild night tonight. How's it going, guy?
It's going amazing, man. I mean, what do you want me to say? We put on a phenomenal event. We got all these attendees, these sponsors, and everybody here. I need some of that 12 sauce. It's a great event.
Awesome.
What more do you want me to say?
Well, tonight has been rolled into basically a bed and breakfast with Dan here.
What? Wait.
No,
What's
no.
a bed and breakfast with Dan?
Exactly. What is a bed? A pizza, I think, is included in this.
I love pizza for breakfast. Never happened. What's that? Listen, we could talk all night about every scenario that happened.
Look,
here.
all right, so that little hole, that kind of like surprised all of us because not a single one of the three of us saw that coming to suck your tire in.
When a hole surprises you.
I am asking Dave Boyd
yes.
to not only not edit that out, but to throw in some beep, 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 and then separate it, and then use it for...
This just in, breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking.
I'm not gonna lie, it smells like strawberries right now. This is fucking bad. I just got farted on, and it smells like freaking strawberries over here. I don't know how that's happening, but either I want way more of that because it was weird and cool, or I'm gonna start fighting somebody. I'm not sure where I'm at right now. I'm leaning towards someone farting on me with strawberry smell.
All right, so Dan, let's wrap this up, buddy.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's-
Wrap it up like vanilla ice.
We've got raffle night tomorrow. That should be pretty fun. You're emceeing that, correct?
You know, someone I imagine will hand me a microphone tomorrow, and
Don't worry, you're getting the microphone.
And At some point in time, they'll take it away. But in between those 2 points, I'm going to try and give as much shit away as I can.
There you go, buddy. Attendance is out of the roof, man. I've seen new people like crazy running around here.
This is the highest attendance we've had for people overall.
Awesome.
From my best of my knowledge, it is the highest attendance.
Well, okay, so Nick Schulte, let me ask you this question: have there been more XTERRAs or Frontier XTERRAs?
Third choice,
Please-
Sentra XTERRAs.
Please inform me what a Frontier XTERRA is.
It's an XTERRA with that looks like a pickup truck.
Yeah, it's very strange. They're odd looking.
Look, well, let me give you a little background. XTERRA is like Vaseline, like all petroleum jellies you call them Vaseline. All Nissans are called XTERRAs. So, obviously, there's been some XTERRAs here. There's been some XTERRAs here, and there have been some Frontier XTERRAs here.
Honestly, this year, this is probably one of the highest attendance that we've had of Frontiers in a very long time.
They're all badass. Good answer. Good answer. Wait up. In your face. Tell about how they're
In your face, Sean.
You're in on this, so don't try to
Listen, he knows what a Frontier XTERRA is.
Well, do you know that there are more Nissans than just XTERRAs? Dan Gruters. Dan Gruters. I'm gonna bring because like now the punchline is finally brought all the way around to where it belongs.
The Frontiers are definitely outperforming the Xterras this year.
I think that's a shot called right there.
It is what it is.
More breaking news.
The
More breaking
dimensions, it's just happening.
This is
Pretty
CarJeep
sure
here.
4 Xterras just made it up Wipeout Hill before.
There might be more Xterras out there wheeling, but
Hey, Dave Morgan. Dave Morgan.
Worms.
Dave Morgan. How many Xterras broke on that trail that we ran today? What's it called? Steelbender. How many Xterras broke? Okay. How many CV shafts did one Frontier break on one obstacle today? All of them?
Hey, you can't be throwing Nomad 13 out there like that.
No. All right. Hey, I only bring this out because Carl's trying to make this like confrontational.
The XTERRA on the Frontier run. The XTERRA's motorman's broke.
Why you got to bring 4 years ago? All right. Hang on, Carl.
Quiet down.
Let me bring this on to context for you. This is all a little bit of a joke because somebody last year mentioned something about XTERRAs instead of Nissan. So I mean, we all love Nissans.
It was Daniel Groters that mentioned that.
I would love to have a Frontier and an XTERRA Frontier and a Frontier XTERRA.
I have both. What about a Titan? I have XTERRA. So that means I'm cooler.
Dude, a Titan infused XTERRA Frontier would be awesome.
I have one of those. I don't have one of those.
Oh, mind blown.
Wait. CarJeep's still on the mic, and I still haven't said what I wanted to say earlier. I've never heard so many XTERRA owners say, I'm going to get a Frontier in the future. Not now, but I've never heard so many XTERRA owners say, one of these days I'm going to get a Frontier just because they outperform these XTERRAs.
A wheelbase is better.
You guys just heard it from a Frontier owner. There is some serious for all those people that haven't been here that are wanting to go here.
Frontier Coast, XTERRA Coast, what's up?
There we go.
If you have a Frontier or an XTERRA, you better bring it to Gone and represent, because if not, you're going to get laid on the wayside.
That's right.
Honestly, I think it just depends on the obstacle.
Stop trying to be politically correct, you
Not trying to be
douchebag,
politically correct.
And tell us what you drive, Nick Schulte.
And for the record, you should just own both.
Dan.
Dan and Dave owning both XTERRA Frontiers.
You
Nissan
get a
Nation
podcast, you got to buy both of them.
Killing it.
Just saying.
Kelly's just saying.
Fair enough.
All right, so this year's event seems like it's been a big success.
It has, and we are ecstatic to be here podcasting from the big deal that is goneMOAB. Dave has run some trails. He brought the extremely amazing Kelly Boyd with him, and they have been killing it out here. We've had a blast, and we're going to spend the rest of the evening having a good time.
I think we're going to start drinking now. I mean, not that we haven't done that before.
Well, we're going to keep drinking now
Sure.
at a moderate pace.
We're going to start heavy drinking We're just going to start heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kelly's gonna
So
start heavy
if
drinking.
if you think like you like off-roading and you just like hanging out with a bunch of cool people, you need to come to goneMOAB. It's at the end of May pretty much every year. There's shenanigans, there's fun, there's drinking.
And there's nothing but good people
it's
with
exactly.
good intentions and a good time.
Exactly. If you hang out, you'll find a condo. You'll find somebody to hang out with that you're going to really like. We've enjoyed our time here. We really want to come back next year, do this even bigger and better. Dick, we appreciate you guys letting us come out and do this. I know this podcast it's not like our normal ones. It's going to be just a drunken mess.
It's just wildness, but sometimes you need that.
All I can say is just be ready for some big announcements coming soon.
Awesome. Hopefully we'll get you on the podcast to talk about some of these things when you're ready to announce.
For sure. Just let me know.
But you and Alex and everybody, y'all have really knocked it out of the park again this year. I've only been here twice, but each year it's been better than the last.
Yeah, and we still have the raffle night to go. So
I know.
I think there's going to be some great stuff announced at the raffle, some big deals going on at the raffle, some awesome, amazing products.
Maybe we can do a little podcast
Probably not
together.
first-gen stuff because Dave Morgan has been putting the pressure on and nobody cares about him.
Do you know what I bought today?
What'd you buy today, Joey?
Just for the raffle?
What'd you buy?
XTERRAs?
Stickers that says Kuma hates your kids?
Yes.
No.
Why does Kuma hate kids?
I don't know. Kuma hates your kids, just to let you guys know.
No, I just picked up a couple of brand new GoPro Silvers with extra batteries and car chargers. Times two.
No, those don't work on first gens.
And I'm just gonna
they don't work on
throw those in the raffle just because that's how the Blueberry rolls.
Does Alex really need a GoPro Silver?
No, Alex isn't gonna get a GoPro Silver. Someone else is gonna win it. Someone else is gonna win it. It's just in the raffle. You got to buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
You
for
can't
the
win
raffle.
if you don't play.
Live life.
And
Blueberry
that
taking care of the Nissan community.
Exactly, and it's probably done more than anybody really to give back to this community. But even if you come out to one of these events, they have a killer raffle here. I mean, you could literally, from the bumpers and stuff I've seen from Insane Fab. Dan? What are you doing?
We have an extremely sweet drawer unit that goes in the back of an XTERRA.
I think we've heard enough about your drawers tonight. Okay.
You'll hear more about my drawers later.
But there's a little bit. I mean, you can really build up a rig here, and so if you're East Coast, West Coast, it doesn't matter, man. This is the place to be. And we are the Nissan Nation, Dan. And what are we?
Wait, what?
We're out. Out. Peace.
God bless.
So there you have it, guys. goneMOAB 2015, the Nissan Nation podcast, and like we'd said before, that was just kind of like a campfire chat. It was just a bunch of guys and a couple of ladies there, just BSing and having fun. So Kelly, what do you take away from this event since this was your first Gone?
I'd have to say, the event itself was great. It's great to get around Nissan folks. I've said for years when you leave these kinds of events that you're kind of just like, oh man, I have to go back to the world that doesn't know the love of the Nissan XTERRA-Frontier, Titan, all of the different brands. And it's kind of like you're coming off of a high after you leave. But I'll have to say that, come for the event, enjoy it, but also build a little time in your schedule to really kind of see Moab itself. We spent a day at Arches National Park. If you haven't been there, it's an epic experience, something that really you should definitely do once in your life, and do a little of the Moab touristy thing too, just kind of seeing the downtown, cool little area.
Yeah, we hit all the local restaurants we could. What was your favorite restaurant from there?
Oh, I'd have to say Zach's, but the pizza was great, the salad was great. I'll just have to say that if you like ranch, this is the place for it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about their ranch out there, but it was really good. And for some reason, I fell in love with 1,000 Island. I mean, here, what is this, Food Nation now all of a sudden? But yeah, it definitely Arches. I mean, it was what, $10 I think to get in for a car
for a 7-day pass.
For a 7-day pass, and I mean, it's probably what, 15, 16 miles of driving in the park. 15
miles up and 15 miles back round, or so 30 miles round trip.
Yeah, and we did the whole thing, and I think we hit about every spot we could, and yeah, you've got to see the Arches. After a while, you see one arch. To me, you've probably seen them all, but to literally get to touch like old history like that, where probably dinosaurs and stuff had roamed was super, super awesome. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. I wanna say thanks to Dan and everybody, Joey Parent and
Thanks
Nick.
to the Gone staff.
Yeah, the Gone staff definitely for having us out there, and we're definitely going to be back there next year. And I think we're going to probably try to bring our Frontier XTERRA out there. But so, Kelly, anything else you want to say?
I just want to say thanks, and for having us out and welcoming the NNP out as well. And we just look forward to next year.
Right. So for Dan and everybody, my name is David Boyd, and this is the Nissan Nation, and we are out. The Nissan Nation podcast is a presentation of DRB and